Think you're brave enough to explore the world's wildest forests? Think again. I've been in some of the toughest, most unforgiving places on Earth. And let me tell you, the forest is a different kind of beast. It's not just about climbing a mountain or crossing a desert. Out here, the wild is all around you, above, below, and on every side. It's a vertical world, a three-dimensional challenge where danger can come from anywhere. These places are magnificent, teeming with life and ancient beauty, but that beauty hides a razor's edge. One wrong step, one moment of lost concentration, and the forest will swallow you whole. These aren't your local woods where you go for a weekend stroll. These are the planet's most extreme environments, places where nature hasn't been tamed, and frankly, it doesn't want to be. We're talking about forests so dense the sunlight never touches the ground, swamps that hide man-eating predators, and ancient woods that seem to have a life and a will of their own. They're full of venomous creatures, unpredictable weather, and terrain designed to break you. Surviving in these places requires more than just a map and compass. It requires instinct, resilience, and a deep respect for the power of the wild. So as we dive into the 10 most dangerous forests on the planet, I want you to think, could you handle it? What would be your first move? I'm genuinely curious. Before we get started, drop a comment below and let me know which one of these wild places you think you'd have the guts to visit, even for a day. Now, grab your gear, check your wits, and let's step into the wild. First up, the big one, the Amazon. They call it the lungs of the world, but it can just as easily take your breath away for good. The sheer scale of it is hard to comprehend. It's a maze of green, and every leaf, every branch looks the same. Getting lost in here isn't a matter of if, but when. The canopy is so thick that when it rains, it can take 10 minutes for the water to even reach you on the forest floor. And when it does, it's a deluge. The heat and humidity are a constant battle. They sap your strength, drain your fluids, and invite infection into every little cut and scrape. You're sweating buckets, and dehydration is a killer that stalks you silently. Then there are the locals. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the bullet ant, whose sting feels like being shot. The poison dart frog, beautiful but deadly to the touch. The jaguar, a silent predator that can hunt in the trees, on the ground, and in the water. You are never, ever at the top of the food chain here. Every step is a risk. The ground beneath your feet is a tangled web of roots, vines, and mud, perfect for twisting an ankle. The rivers, your only real highways, are murky and full of piranhas, electric eels, and the massive anaconda. Caimans slip into the water without a sound, their eyes just above the surface, watching, waiting. You have to keep your head on a swivel, constantly scanning your surroundings, listening to the sounds of the jungle. The moment you relax is the moment you're in real trouble. And it's not just the wildlife. The vegetation itself is a threat. Some plants have thorns like daggers. Others can cause rashes that will torment you for weeks. You can't just hack your way through. You have to pick your path carefully, conserving energy. Food and clean water are your holy grail. You may have to drink water squeezed from vines and eat grubs dug out of rotting logs. It's not pretty, but it's what keeps you alive. You have to be resourceful. You have to be willing to do what it takes to see the next sunrise. But perhaps the most insidious danger is the one you can't see. The Amazon is a hotbed for diseases: malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever. A single mosquito bite can be a death sentence if you're not prepared or incredibly lucky. And that's before you even consider the human element. Illegal loggers and miners who are often armed and not happy to see outsiders. The Amazon is a true survival test. It will push you to your absolute physical and mental limits. It's a beautiful, vital, and utterly brutal place. Now, we're heading to a place where the danger isn't just physical, It's psychological. Japan's Aokigahara Forest, at the base of Mount Fuji. They call it the Sea of Trees, and when you're in it, you understand why. It's an ocean of dense, twisted trees growing on volcanic rock. The ground is uneven, covered in moss and gnarled roots, making it incredibly easy to trip and injure yourself. But the real disorientation comes from the landscape itself. It's a monotonous, disorienting labyrinth. There's a silence here that's unlike anywhere else I've ever been. The dense foliage muffles sound, creating an eerie, almost complete lack of noise. You can't hear birds. You can't hear the wind in the same way. It's a heavy, oppressive quiet that gets inside your head. It makes you feel utterly alone, and that's when your mind can start to play tricks on you. Every snap of a twig, every shadow, feels amplified. It's a place that preys on your nerves. Aokigahara has a chilling reputation, and you feel that weight as soon as you step off the path. It's known as a place where people go to end their lives, and signs are posted urging people to seek help. This history hangs in the air, a palpable sense of sadness and despair. It's not a place for a casual hike. The psychological impact is real and profound. Even for a seasoned survivor, a place like this tests your mental fortitude in a way that a physical threat never can. One of the most talked about features is the supposed effect on compasses. The soil is rich in magnetic iron from the volcanic rock, and it can, in some areas, cause a compass needle to deflect. While it might not make them completely useless, that unreliability adds another layer of confusion and anxiety when you're trying to navigate. Imagine being lost, your one tool for direction failing you, surrounded by an endless, silent sea of identical trees. It's a recipe for panic. Your senses, your primary tools for survival, are compromised here. Your sight is limited by the dense trees, your hearing is muted by the silence, and even your sense of direction is challenged. It's a forest that seems designed to confuse and isolate. The danger in Aokigahara isn't a predator with sharp teeth. It's the slow, creeping dread, and the very real possibility of losing your way, not just in the woods, but in your own mind. It demands a different kind of survival skill, mental resilience. All right, this next one is the stuff of nightmares. It's a place so dangerous the Brazilian government has made it illegal for anyone to visit. Welcome to Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. This isn't just a clever name. This small island, off the coast of São Paulo, is home to one of the highest concentrations of venomous snakes anywhere in the world. We're talking, by some estimates, 1 to 5 snakes per square meter. Just think about that. Every step you take, you're potentially within striking distance of multiple deadly serpents. And these aren't just any snakes. The island is the exclusive home of the golden lancehead viper, one of the most venomous snakes in all of South America. Its venom is terrifyingly potent. It's a hemotoxin, which means it liquefies the flesh and tissue around the bite, causing necrosis, kidney failure, and internal bleeding. It's a gruesome, agonizing way to go. And because these snakes evolved to hunt birds, their venom is fast-acting. It has to be, to kill the prey before it can fly away. Imagine being stranded here. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The snakes are everywhere, on the ground, camouflaged in the leaf litter, in the bushes, and even in the trees, waiting for migrating birds. You couldn't even rest. Sitting down, leaning against a tree, even sleeping would be a life-threatening gamble. The constant, unrelenting stress of knowing that a fatal mistake is just inches away would be mentally crippling. The only people allowed to set foot on the island are the Brazilian Navy for maintenance of the lighthouse and carefully selected researchers who have to be accompanied by a doctor. The stories about the last lighthouse keeper are grim, a local legend of him and his family being overrun by the snakes. Whether it's true or not, it paints a terrifying picture of what it would be like to be trapped on that island. It's a fortress of nature, fiercely guarded by its inhabitants. There's no fresh water on the island, and the terrain is rocky and difficult. But honestly, those are a distant second on the list of problems. The primary, secondary, and tertiary threat is the golden lancehead. This is one place in the wild where the odds are so overwhelmingly stacked against you that survival is almost a statistical impossibility. It's a living, breathing testament to the fact that some parts of nature are simply not meant for human beings. This isn't man versus wild. This is man versus certain death. Let's head down under to a place that proves Australia's reputation for dangerous creatures isn't limited to the outback. The Daintree rainforest in Queensland is the oldest tropical rainforest on the planet, a living museum. But this museum is filled with exhibits that can seriously harm you. It's a stunningly beautiful place where the rainforest meets the Great Barrier Reef. But don't let the postcard looks fool you. The Daintree is a complex and dangerous ecosystem. First, let's talk about the animals. You've got the usual suspects for this part of the world: venomous snakes and spiders. But the Daintree is also home to the saltwater crocodile, or salties, as the locals call them. These are prehistoric killing machines, the largest reptiles on Earth, and they are masters of ambush. Any river, estuary, or even a coastal beach in this area could be home to a multi-ton predator. You never swim in these waters, ever. Then there's the cassowary, a giant, flightless bird that looks like a modern-day velociraptor. It might look a bit comical from a distance, but get too close, and it's no joke. They are fiercely territorial and armed with a 5-inch-long, dagger-like claw on their middle toe. A kick from a cassowary can disembowel a person. They are powerful, unpredictable, and you need to give them a very wide berth. They are a perfect example of why you should never underestimate wildlife. But in the Daintree, it's not just the fauna that's out to get you. The flora is too. Meet the gimpy, or the stinging tree. It looks harmless, with big heart-shaped leaves. But touch it, and you'll experience a pain so excruciating it has been described as being burned with hot acid and electrocuted at the same time. The pain can last for months, even years. The plant is covered in tiny, silica-tipped hairs that inject a potent neurotoxin. It's a defense mechanism, and it's brutally effective. On top of all that, you have the environment itself. Being a tropical rainforest, the Daintree is subject to a monsoon season, which brings torrential rain and the risk of flash floods. Rivers can become raging torrents in minutes, cutting off paths and sweeping away anything in their way. The constant dampness also makes it a breeding ground for tropical diseases. The Daintree is a potent reminder that in the wild, threats can be big and small, from a giant crocodile to a microscopic virus or a deceptively innocent-looking plant. We move from the tropics to the heart of Europe, to a forest steeped in folklore and fairy tales, the Schwarzwald, or Black Forest, in Germany. It's called the Black Forest because the conifers, mostly fir and spruce, grow so densely that they block out much of the sunlight, creating a perpetual twilight on the forest floor. This darkness can be incredibly disorienting. The terrain here is not to be underestimated. It's a low mountain range, crisscrossed with hidden ravines, steep slopes, and rocky outcrops. It's easy to take a wrong turn and find yourself facing a sudden, dangerous drop. The forest floor is often a thick carpet of pine needles and moss, which can be slippery, especially after rain, and can hide a multitude of trip hazards like roots and rocks. A simple fall here, far from any help, can quickly become a survival situation. One of the biggest environmental dangers in the Black Forest is the weather, which can be notoriously fickle. Thick, rolling fog is common, and it can descend with startling speed, reducing visibility to just a few feet. In that kind of fog, you can become utterly lost in minutes, even on a marked trail. In winter, the forest is transformed by heavy snow and brutally cold temperatures. Hypothermia is a real and present danger, and the snow can hide those ravines and steep drops, turning the landscape into a series of white traps. And of course, no ancient forest is complete without its legends. The Black Forest is the source of countless myths and spooky tales of werewolves, witches, and headless horsemen. While you might not run into a mythical beast, that deep-seated folklore contributes to a feeling of unease, especially when you're alone and the sun starts to go down. The wind whistling through those dense pines can sound like voices, and the deep shadows play tricks on your eyes. It's a place that can get into your head. While it may not have the venomous creatures of the Amazon, the Black Forest presents its own set of challenges. The danger here is more subtle. It's the danger of getting lost in the disorienting darkness and fog, the danger of a fall in the rugged terrain, and the danger of succumbing to the harsh, unpredictable weather. It's a reminder that even in a tamed continent like Europe, there are pockets of wild that demand your full respect and attention. Now for a journey into the second largest rainforest on Earth, the Congo. This place is wild on a scale that is almost unimaginable. It's less explored than the Amazon and, in many ways, far more challenging. The sheer density of the vegetation is suffocating. It's a constant physical battle to move through it, hacking away with a machete, sweating in the oppressive, humid air. The heat is a physical weight, and it never, ever lets up. The Congo is home to some of Africa's most iconic and most dangerous wildlife. We're talking about forest elephants, which are more aggressive than their savanna cousins, leopards, and powerful silverback gorillas. While gorillas are not typically aggressive towards humans, a startled or threatened silverback is a terrifying force of nature. You have to know how to read their behavior, how to show you're not a threat. A wrong move could be your last, but the biggest animal threats often come in the smallest packages. The Congo is rife with disease. Mosquitoes carry malaria, yellow fever, and other illnesses. Tsetse flies carry sleeping sickness. And let's not forget, this region is the source of some of the world's deadliest viruses, like Ebola. A simple insect bite or contact with an infected animal can have catastrophic consequences. Clean water is a constant struggle, and the risk of waterborne diseases like cholera is always there. The environment itself is a formidable opponent. The Congo River and its tributaries are massive, powerful waterways, home to crocodiles and hippos, the latter being one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. The forest floor is a network of swamps, mud, and decaying matter. It's a place where a small infection can turn septic in a day, where your boots are constantly wet, leading to crippling foot rot. Navigation is a nightmare. There are few landmarks, and the jungle closes in behind you as you move. On top of all these natural dangers, there is a significant human element. Large parts of the Congo Basin have been plagued by political instability, civil unrest, and a lack of infrastructure for decades. This means there are armed groups, and help, if you can even call for it, is likely days or weeks away, if it comes at all. The Congo rainforest is the epitome of a high-risk, low-support environment. It's a true heart of darkness that tests every ounce of your training, your will, and your luck. Next, we're heading to a unique and deadly landscape that straddles the border of India and Bangladesh, the Sundarbans. This isn't a typical forest. It's actually the largest mangrove forest in the world. It's a shifting, tidal world of mud, water, and dense, salt-tolerant trees. The entire environment is dictated by the tides, which can rise and fall dramatically, transforming the landscape in a matter of hours. A path that was dry land in the morning could easily be a deep, fast-flowing channel by the afternoon. The Sundarbans are famous for one animal above all others, the Royal Bengal tiger. And these are not just any tigers. The tigers of the Sundarbans are notorious for being man-eaters. They are adapted to this semi-aquatic environment. They're strong swimmers, and they're masters of stealth in the dense mangrove thickets. They have even been known to stalk and attack fishermen in their boats. The local honey collectors and fishermen have a deep, fearful respect for them, often wearing masks on the back of their heads to trick the tigers, who prefer to attack from behind. But, the tigers are far from the only threat. The murky, brackish waters are teeming with massive saltwater crocodiles, some of the largest in the world. They just lie in wait, perfectly camouflaged in the muddy water. And then there are the snakes. The Sundarbans are home to a frightening array of venomous snakes, including the king cobra, common krait, and Russell's viper. A bite out here, far from any medical help, is almost certainly a death sentence. The terrain itself is a constant struggle. You're not walking on solid ground. You're navigating a treacherous maze of slippery mudflats, tangled mangrove roots that act like tripwires, and countless tidal creeks. It's exhausting work, and a slip can lead to a serious injury or a plunge into predator-infested waters. Just moving from point A to point B is a monumental challenge that requires constant vigilance and an understanding of the tidal rhythms. And as if tigers, crocodiles, snakes, and treacherous terrain weren't enough, the Sundarbans are located in a cyclone-prone region of the Bay of Bengal. When a tropical cyclone hits, there is nowhere to run, nowhere to take shelter. The storm surge can inundate the entire forest, a terrifying wall of water that sweeps everything before it. The Sundarbans is a place where you are at the mercy of the tides, the weather, and some of the most efficient predators on the planet. It's a beautiful, brutal, and utterly unforgiving world. Our next destination is in Romania, near the city of Cluj-Napoca. It's a forest that has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted in the world, Hoia-Baciu. Locals often call it the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. While it might not have man-eating tigers or swarms of venomous snakes, the dangers here are of a different, more unsettling nature. People who enter report strange and inexplicable experiences. The most common reports are intense feelings of anxiety, nausea, and the sense of being watched. Many visitors emerge with unexplained rashes, scratches, or burns. It's a place that seems to have a physical effect on people. Electronic devices are known to malfunction, and a lot of the paranormal reputation stems from photographs of strange lights, orbs, and shapes that weren't visible to the naked eye. It's a place that messes with your technology and your head. The forest itself has a strange appearance. The trees, particularly in one area, are twisted and warped, growing in bizarre corkscrew patterns, all leaning in the same direction. It's an unnatural sight that adds to the creepy atmosphere. In the center of the forest is a near-perfect circle, a clearing where inexplicably nothing grows. Soil samples have been tested, and there's no scientific reason why a clearing should exist there. It's a dead zone in an otherwise living forest. The legends surrounding Hoia-Baciu are chilling. The forest is named after a shepherd who, according to the story, went into the forest with his 200 sheep and was never seen again. There are tales of disappearances, of people walking into the woods and losing time, emerging hours or even days later with no memory of what happened. Some have even claimed to see UFOs and other paranormal phenomena. This folklore is deeply ingrained in the local consciousness, and many locals refuse to enter the forest, especially after dark. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, the psychological effect of being in a place with such a powerful and spooky reputation is undeniable. Your mind starts to play tricks on you. Every strange shadow, every creak of a branch, every twisted tree trunk feeds into that sense of unease. The danger in Hoia-Baciu might not be something that can bite you, but the fear and anxiety it can induce are very real. It's a survival challenge for your nerves and your sanity. Now let's head north, way north, to the largest land biome on Earth, the Taiga, or boreal forest. This immense forest circles the globe, covering vast parts of Canada, Alaska, Scandinavia, and Siberia. The danger here isn't heat and humidity. It's the bone-chilling, relentless cold. For much of the year, This is a world of snow and ice, where temperatures can plummet to -40 degrees Celsius, or even colder. At those temperatures, exposed skin can get frostbite in minutes. Surviving here is all about managing the cold. Your number one priority is staying warm and dry. Getting wet is a death sentence. If you fall through ice into a river, you have only a few minutes to get out, get a fire going, and get dry before hypothermia shuts your body down. Every action must be deliberate, calculated to conserve heat and energy. Building a shelter, finding dry firewood, and creating a fire are not just tasks. They are your lifeline. The wildlife in the taiga is built for this environment, which means it's tough and formidable. We're talking about bears, both grizzlies and black bears, packs of wolves, and the solitary, powerful wolverine. In winter, food is scarce, which can make these animals more desperate and potentially more dangerous. A run-in with a hungry predator when you are cold, tired, and alone is a worst-case scenario. You are an intruder in their territory, and they have every advantage. The sheer mind-boggling isolation is another major danger. You can travel for days, even weeks, without seeing another human being. If something goes wrong, if you get injured, if your gear fails, if you get lost, there is no one to call. You are completely and utterly on your own. The silence of the snow-covered landscape can be as psychologically taxing as the oppressive silence of Aokigahara. It's a vast, empty wilderness that can make you feel very, very small. The snow itself, while beautiful, hides a multitude of dangers. It can conceal deep holes, crevasses, and unstable riverbanks. A simple step can send you plunging into a hidden trap. In a blizzard, visibility can drop to zero, a complete whiteout, making navigation impossible and creating a profound sense of disorientation. The taiga is a stark, beautiful, and incredibly harsh environment. It strips survival down to its most basic elements: warmth, shelter, and the will to endure against the overwhelming power of the cold. For our final forest, we're going to the island nation of Sri Lanka, to the Sinharaja Forest Reserve. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a treasure trove of biodiversity, and a remnant of the island's original tropical rainforest. Its name means Lion Kingdom, though lions haven't roamed here for millennia. Still, the name evokes a sense of ancient, untamed wildness, and it's a fitting description for this incredibly dense and challenging jungle. The first thing you notice in Sinharaja is how overgrown it is. The paths, if you can even call them that, are narrow and constantly being reclaimed by the jungle. It's incredibly easy to get lost. The vegetation is so thick that you can become disoriented just a few feet from a trail. The canopy above is a dense, interlocking puzzle of leaves and branches, creating a dim, humid world on the forest floor. Every direction looks the same, a wall of impenetrable green. Like many tropical rainforests, Sinharaja is crawling with things that can bite or sting you. It's particularly famous for its leeches. They are everywhere, on the ground, on leaves, and they will find any exposed patch of skin. While a few leech bites are more of a nuisance, a large number can lead to significant blood loss and a risk of infection. More seriously, the forest is home to highly venomous snakes, like the Russell's viper and various species of krait, as well as a plethora of spiders and scorpions. The terrain is hilly and rugged, and the region is prone to heavy monsoon rains. This combination creates a serious risk of landslides. A sudden downpour can saturate the soil on a steep hillside, leading to a catastrophic collapse of mud, rock, and trees. Being caught in a landslide is unsurvivable. The constant rain also makes the narrow, muddy paths incredibly slick and treacherous, increasing the risk of a fall that could result in a broken bone, a disaster when you're deep in the jungle. And then there are the plants. Sinharaja is home to a vast number of endemic species, plants found nowhere else on Earth. While this is fantastic for science, it means that for a survivor, it's a minefield of unknowns. Many of these plants are toxic, and without expert local knowledge, it would be almost impossible to know what is safe to eat. or even to touch. Mistaking a poisonous plant for an edible one is a rookie mistake that could have fatal consequences. Sinharaja is a perfect example of a lost world, a place that guards its secrets fiercely and does not suffer fools gladly. So there you have it. 10 of the planet's most formidable and dangerous forests. From the tiger-patrolled swamps of the Sundarbans to the psychological maze of Aokigahara, each one presents a unique and deadly challenge. These places are a powerful reminder of a fundamental truth I've learned over and over again. Nature is not your friend. It doesn't care about your plans or your survival. It just is. And in its raw, untamed state, it is incredibly powerful. These forests are as deadly as they are beautiful. So always respect nature's power. The wild is the great equalizer. It strips away everything, leaving you with just your skills, your wits, and your will to live. Exploring these places, even just through this video, hopefully gives you a deeper appreciation for the world we live in and the importance of being prepared. It's about knowing your limits, understanding the risks, and having the right mindset. Survival is not about conquering nature. It's about working with it, adapting to it, and sometimes knowing when to stay away. I hope this journey into the wild has been an eye-opener. If you enjoyed it, give this video a like and make sure you're subscribed to Random Facts for more adventures. And I want to hear from you. Share your own scariest forest stories or encounters with the wild in the comments below. I'll be reading them. Until next time, stay prepared, stay aware, and stay alive.